Hello and welcome to the channel. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami's son, has finally appeared before the House Committee investigating the loss of over $2.4 billion under his watch. As usual, after weeks of dodging the House Committee, him ready come this time and he get answer for every question them ask. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. $2.4 billion diversion claim baseless. Malami. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami's son, has told the House of Representatives that the allegation that 48 million barrels of crude oil valued at over $2.4 billion sold to China is false. Malami stated this on Thursday when he, in company with the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Justice and Solicitor General of the Federation, Beatrice Jedai Agba, appeared before the House's ad hoc committee to investigate alleged loss of over $2.4 billion in revenue from the illegal sale of 48 million barrels of crude oil exports in 2015, including all crude oil exports and sales by Nigeria from 2014 till date. In his presentation, Malami said, "Mr. Chairman, let me state on record and for the benefit of Nigerians on the committee that the allegations relating to the 48 million barrels are baseless. The allegation is unfounded, it is lacking in merit, and indeed lacking in substance. It is in its own right, the allegation, devoid of any reasonable grounds, pointing to a material suspicion that is cogent enough to invoke the constitutional oversight of the committee." Why do I say so? Sometime in 2016, allegations were rife and hyped in social media. There were allegations of the existence of stolen 48 million barrels of Nigerian crude oil in China, said to have been valued at $2.4 billion. President Muhammadu Buhari informally requested the Attorney General, making reference to my humble self, the then Group Managing Director, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mele Kyari, former Director General, Department of State Services, Lawal Daura, and the late Abba Kyari, the then Chief of Staff to the President, to look into it and advise. But unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, for there to be reasonable grounds for suspicion, at least you require certain basic facts. If you are talking of a product, you cannot establish the substance relating thereto without confirming the origin of the purported product in China. If you talk of a product in China, is it of Nigerian origin? That can be established by way of sample and specification. Is it Bonny Light, which you know apparently emanates from Nigeria? The basic detail of the existence of the product and connecting it to Nigeria was not there at all. The AGF added that there were no particulars of the vessels that transported the fuel to China. They were not available at our disposal at all, he stated, adding that no Chinese authorities confirmed receipt and custody of the product in China. Malami further stated, "The issue is simple. There were no reasonable grounds for suspicion of the fact that the purported oil product either exists in spirit or in fact, or indeed it exists in China, but is in no way connected to Nigeria. All efforts on our part to get details had proven abortive, so it was a committee that was dead on arrival because it had not been formally constituted, and our informal findings did not support, suggest, or provide information that could support the investigation, so we could not establish the substance in the allegation." Speaking on the issues the panel raised in the first letter concerning whistleblowers and proceeds recoveries, Malami stated that the whistleblower policy of the federal government was coordinated by the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, and all payments to whistleblowers were made by the ministry. He added, "It is to be noted that whistleblowing thrives on confidentiality and protection of information. Therefore, disclosing the details of the whistleblowers at a public hearing breaches the confidentiality provision of which the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation was committed to, arriving from the whistleblowers on account of their personal and national security. The minister said he would therefore avail the lawmakers with only information that would not expose the whistleblowers. Malami also stated that concerning details of accounts from which recovered funds were kept as well as withdrawals from the accounts, only the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the Central Bank of Nigeria could provide the details. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The minister listed some of the recoveries to include those from a former military head of state, the late General Sani Abacha, former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, and former governor of Bayelsa State, the late Dipreye Olamiye Sega. For the information of the committee, the Office of the Attorney General does not maintain custody of an account. All accounts associated with recoveries, generally speaking, are being maintained by the central bank, he stated, adding that his office only approves opening of such accounts but does not run them. Recall that a whistleblower has called on the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit (NFIU) to invite the Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, to explain his role in the fraudulent diversion of Paris state and local government loan funds. Accusing Emefiele of financial malpractice, the BMC asked the NFIU to request the CBN boss to produce President Muhammadu Buhari's approval and directives on the payment of $350 million to leaners from the Paris Club refund. It also accused the former chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum, Alhaji Abdulaziz Yariz Abubakar, and the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, of conspiracy to defraud the federal government and request the Financial Intelligence Unit to invite Abubakar to explain his contractual relationship with the Bureau de Change Operators, BDCs, and the federal government that led to the deduction of $100 million to Abubakar Yariz via the two BDCs that were used. The whistleblower, who is simply identified by initials BMC in a report obtained by Sahara reporters on Friday, also requested for the corporate affairs documents and asked for a comprehensive SWIFT on GSCL Consulting Limited and Beast Plus Consulting Services Limited and owners, adding that the two private firms were used to receive the $100 million refund. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.